Boom, hi May, you stupid bitch. I hope that your wheels fall off your car and you skid across the highway until you fucking jackknife a truck and you explode, but you survive, only for me to be your doctor, and then I punch you in the head as many times as I possibly can. Welcome to episode 19 with our very special guest, Dakota. How are you doing, Dakota?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm fantastic. And the audience, hopefully they love Dakota, because I've got some horrible news for the audience. Jit was like, listen, I would rather just do 2 podcasts in one day. So
now, why do we have to do 2 in one day? Just out of curiosity.
Because that's because I said, do you want to
No. What put us in this original situation?
I actually don't remember. Please enlighten me.
Dylan forgetting about the podcast existing for a week and a half.
That's not what happened at all.
All right. No, you can retell your fictitious lies.
Yeah, no, we just had a fucking guest.
Dakota's interested in the tale.
We just had a guest cancel, and I couldn't find someone in time, so we got like delayed by a week. So I need to double.
I could name off the top of my head like 7 people who, at the drop of a hat, would be a guest here.
I agree. Okay, I could also name 7 people. Now, are those 7 people that I think would be good on the podcast?
I think they'd be terrific on the podcast.
Okay, now that seems there's 2 different things that you've answered. The question I asked was, do you think I would think they'd be great on the podcast?
Who can ever know with your wacky standards?
That's fair. I grant you this. Dakota?
Yo.
How's Minecraft treating you recently? Any exciting Minecraft news to share with the class?
Well, I would say Spiv joining our base at random as soon as she got on the server was probably the best thing for us, because
a massive W.
Yeah. Like me. Yeah, we do have a Spiv, and it's been huge, because me and Josh were like, as soon as you announced the Minecraft server, we're like, all right, we're the fucking vets. We're going to do the same thing the last time you launched the server, and we're going to just flex on everybody. Yeah. So in the meantime that we've been working on these like giant projects, our little base looks like shit. Yeah. Our beds are outside with no roof.
Hell yeah.
All of our shit is outside with no roof. And the only thing we have underground is like our chests and like our little villager base that's like making all the villagers and whatnot. And Spiv, like within like 30 seconds probably of joining the server, was like, "Hi Van and Dakota, can I come make your stuff pretty?" And we were like, "Sure." So now like everything we have is just like beautiful.
Yeah, Spiv is a whirlwind of creativity, and her purpose...
It's really impressive.
Yes. Yeah, no, listen, how the fuck are you like a 45-degree angle?
What are you talking about?
Is my brain rotting? For a second, I thought you were at an angle. You see... Can you
looking dead on with the camera?
Can you put a level on your head? I feel like
you put a square on your head.
I was so excited. I thought you were gonna fucking whip out a level. The way you looked down.
Just have one right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I might have like a tumor pressing on my brain right now. Cause I swear to God, you look like fucking 6 degrees off fucking what a normal person ought to be. Why are you squatting? How's that gonna fix it?
He's centering himself.
45 would be.
So I'm not saying you're like off angle of the center of your camera. I'm saying like this is how your camera is right normally. Like this is me and Dakota. This is you. This is not your camera. Yeah, I'm probably smoking crack. I think that my brain is rotting in my head is what's happening.
I mean, to be fair, he does have the best background of just like one solid color, so it's hard to tell like, because we have our rooms, right? So you can definitely tell like 90 degrees is easy. Now, he could be like upside down for all we fucking know.
Best background is certainly a way to describe Jit's background.
Okay. I wouldn't have chosen that color, maybe, but
first of all,
I do like that I can slowly see the progress of whatever the fuck your intention is with this wall. How thin of an opening is that?
This is standard.
Oh my God! Okay,
that does not look standard.
So
it's 16 inches, stud to stud.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was like this. I thought it was like this behind you, and it was like fucking like 1.5 foot opening. Yeah. Okay, that makes way more sense. Okay. It's. Wait, what? What the fuck is to your right then? Like what?
That is my right.
We just need like a full rotation of your camera. Like, let's see the whole thing.
So before there was just a fucking hole in that wall, right, Jit?
Yeah.
I mean, there still was a little one.
Okay, yeah, there still is a hole, obviously, because you know, it's not completely patched. What's on the other side of that? Like
the rest of the basement.
I'm so fucking confused as to the layout of your room right now.
All right. So imagine this is the basement.
That's a rectangle. Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. It's got 4.
We got a door. We got a wall right there now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm right there.
Okay. And now there's just like this whole section is for some other shit.
Yeah, that's just like a giant section that's just got absolute garbage in it.
I see. I see. Now, your plan is in July. You said is when you're gonna have Now, is girlfriend moving in with you, or are you getting a new place?
Girlfriend's moving in with me.
Okay, based. And with you is as in like you're now all gonna live with your parents, correct?
Fucking right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And do your parents?
Incredibly based.
Yeah. No, I actually, unironically, I think living with your parents is like a pretty normal like thing for most people, and like actually the optimal play, unless they're like nickel and diming you for rent. They're like, well, shit. So you used 5 more paper towels than you were allotted this week. We're gonna go ahead and have to hit you with a fee.
I think I read that's just like a big cultural thing that's like changed for like America in the last like century or so. Like moving out at 18 and like immediately getting out of your parents' house. It's like a big thing to like stay with or near your parents and like take care of them as they age and stuff in a lot of other places.
I was gonna say like for most of the other world they're cringe, and they like live in places that are like the size of an ant, and they like never leave. Whereas America, like a huge thing in America is like your fucking driver's license, unless you're Tay, and then you fucking you can go anywhere. You've got freedom, and that's the American spirit. And now these cucks have made us more like the fucking Europeans, where it's like, yeah, we'll just live with our parents until we're 78 years old, and every city will be walkable. We'll never have to drive 38 hours to a convenience store. That's not the American way, all right?
What a dystopia.
Yeah, every city should be a food desert, okay? That's the American way. When they start putting sidewalks in and making things accessible and easy, I get so fucking mad,
That's when the communists have won. That's how you know. If you
You
don't
guys
have to
heard?
drive at least 30 miles for every single thing, that's not America.
Yeah, exactly. Europeans don't understand it, man. They're just like, oh, I just get on the trolley and no, fuck you, okay? I fill my car up with extra diesel, okay?
My truck.
Yeah, with fucking 500 more gallons of diesel than it needs, okay? And then I do fucking donuts for like 38 minutes, and then I drive 4.5 hours to the pharmacy only for it to tell me that I don't have insurance, and then I die, okay? That's how we do things in America. Fuck this going on a train. Yeah, exactly.
God, that sounds like a wonderful place.
Yeah,
I'm so sad that I don't live there.
Unironically, America is so based, and I actually do like everywhere that I've ever gone to that's like a walkable city in America is like the most dystopian hellscape I could imagine, and it just like drives me insane. I was like, no, I miss Southern California, where it's like, everything's like a 5 or 6 minute drive. That's so much better than, it's a 5-minute walk, because then you can't drive your car fucking anywhere. I hate walkable cities.
These are such insane takes to me.
Keep my, like, now let me clarify.
I hate having convenience nearby. It fucking sucks.
What you've done is you've fallen into the European trap, dude.
Oh no, I think
Europeans
I heard this on Destiny's Kit.
Will say some dumb fucking shit, dude. They'll be like, oh, everything needs to be a walkable city. Where I live, the grocery mart and the doctor are a 5-minute walk. It's like, yeah, your city has a population of 11 people, you dumb motherfucker. Like, whenever I see those maps where Texas is overlaid onto the top of like Western Europe, and it's like, yeah, you guys are fucking losers. Like, they're like, why is Houston not more walkable? Like, I don't know, because the population of Houston is greater than like the next 10 countries around you. You dumb motherfucker. Oh, it pisses me the fuck off when like.
No, this might be.
Houston is kind of a nightmare though. It is like the shining jewel for urban sprawl. They have literally like 3. It's like concentric circles. They're on the 3rd one now of their highways going around the city, and it's just like it's huge.
I love that. First of all, but now imagine, Dylan, if you just simply had an extra pharmacy in a city like Houston, where it wasn't one pharmacy for 1 million people.
I mean, yeah. So that the
same ratio as Europe. There you go.
To clarify, like, one, you would never have the same ratio, right? Because there's just too many people densely populated. So I've said this before. This is how you have walking cities in America. Everyone who wants a walking city has to pick up a hammer and kill 5 people. And by the time that they've all killed 5 people, we'll still have 40,000 more people than you can have for a nice walkable city. Okay, it sends me at the wall. Like I wish I had the tweets, because I saw some dude tweeting about like walkable cities and how like American like urban planning is so shit, and like I was just so mad because like there are obviously like glaring examples of like awful urban planning and zoning laws that suck cock in America, but it's like, go fucking try and exist in New York City and realize that it is a fucking nightmarish hellscape. It sucks cock, dude. Just everyone needs to just not live in one place. We need to get our hammers out and either kill everyone or force people to move a little more, and then we can all have nice walkable cities. Okay, the entire middle part of this country is fucking empty, dude. There's just no one there. We need to fucking take
I wonder why that might be. It's almost like people don't want to live in like Arizona and shit. It's just like, I mean, some places are fine. Like Colorado's a pretty nice place in the middle of the country, but there's a lot of.
Yeah, Arizona's probably a bad example because like, Arizona's probably a little more. I'm thinking of like North Dakota and like Wyoming.
Who doesn't like frozen wastelands?
Yeah, well, I mean, so there's like it's not like we live in a world where like we can't just melt the fucking snow. New York exists; it's fucking fine. Snow is not the reason New York sucks cock. Okay, like.
I mean, maybe for some people in the South is. Some people just hate the cold.
That's fair.
The South is the place to go.
So obviously, snow sucks dick. But like even like within like California, right? Like there is so much of California that's just empty in the middle, and it's like just because all the industry is down south. It's like all we have to do is move like 30% of the strip malls and just distribute them a little farther towards the center, and then we won't have so much bad traffic. But instead, fucking
just take Bikini Bottom
and move it. Yes,
somewhere else.
They solved this in fucking SpongeBob, dude. The Alaskan bullworm can't get you if you just move your shit somewhere else. I hate the way that America is like structured in terms of its cities, and I hate even more how our solution is just to pack more people into the cities and then just like build more buildings, and it's like
double down.
Yeah, just double down. It's like all the like, have you ever seen Judge Dredd? Or at least are you familiar? Oh my god. Well, the entire thing is about like Mega City 1, where it's like there's just mega cities, and they're like 1 billion tall skyscrapers. And it's like, this is not the solution. There's so much land that we're not utilizing that isn't like shitty fucking, snow land in like northern Wyoming or some shit. There is tons of very nice places to live that are just like not populated yet. But then the second they get populated, they build 4,500 apartment complexes and fucking ruin it. And it drives me insane. The solution to like, I hate apartment buildings so much. It drives me insane how like, so I grew up in like a specific area that like our solution to like overpopulation was always just, we'll build 48 more apartment buildings and just remove more parking lots. And it's like, no, all you've created is a hellscape where no one can park. Yeah. Just don't build the home. Yeah, just don't build the apartment. Just make it move somewhere else. Just go fucking 30 minutes down the highway and there's like 1,000 other houses. Okay? Stop building more apartment buildings. All it's doing is making this place suck. And then now like it's like $3,000 for like a month's rent where I live, or where I used to live. It's like, oh yeah, like we've just made it to where human beings can't live here anymore. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop building apartment buildings. So hard.
They're all such backward stakes. It's crazy to listen to them.
I am so anti like giant population hubs. I feel like the world would be so much happier if people were more willing to drive 15 more minutes to do something, as opposed to like, no, we will stack 40,000 people, pixel stacked, and then be confused as to why the real life server is lagging. It's like, yeah, there's just too many of you motherfuckers. Some of you have to die, okay? I don't tell you. Some of you have to die, all right? Like, obviously Minnesota sucks, and it's like a poor example, but like the amount of space and room there are for houses where I live, it's like, oh my god, we could fit like fucking 500,000 more people up here, and you wouldn't like see a noticeable fucking uptick in traffic, because it's just, the population would then go to 500,001. So like, I hate that people keep moving to California. We need to cap California. All right, you have to get grandfathered in or marry someone who lives in California. Those are my new rules.
All right, you're still single, right?
Hell yeah.
All right, well, not for long. We're going back to the motherland.
I do like now. California is my end goal.
He's a Minnesotan, first of all.
I'll fucking kill you, dude. That's
why I said back to the motherland. I was like, wait, he doesn't live there.
I'll fucking no. Listen.
Now, how long have you been in Minnesota?
Almost
25 years.
I'll fucking kill you, Dakota. I swear to God. Almost 2 years.
No, you're officially in Minnesota then.
Yeah.
No, I still hate all of them, and they disgust me.
Oh, that doesn't change anything. Actually.
Yeah.
That's true. I did hate Californians, and they do disgust me. But I don't know. There's something about Minnesota that just like growing up in like liberal Cuckville has completely ruined any hope of me like being able to adjust here and live here. Like I can't say the N-word enough. It's just not possible. I will never be able to fit in. I'll never be one of them, you know?
Oh, trust me, you can put in a little bit of elbow grease and you'll get there.
You think so? You think I start grinding ladder? I just started.
Listen, I didn't think it was possible for myself.
Uh-oh.
You work in a few factories and it's done in a week.
Yeah, that's I'm excited to see what the work culture is like at the hospital. My brother describes it as a dystopian hellscape. And I'm excited for that because I feel like I yearn for the mines, both in real life and in the craft. But yeah, I don't know. I hope it's not horrible. My brother got in trouble because so you know how you're not supposed to like fuck your coworkers.
Never
what do you mean?
That before, but all right.
Okay, yeah. So like generally it's like it's a small little rule of thumb to not do that. And when you work for a giant corporation like my brother does, you know, Mayo Clinic, with like hundreds of thousands of employees. It's like very specifically written, like, please do not fuck your coworkers. And my brother just bangs them all because he's a horrible person like I am. And they all file complaints, you know? And there was like a solid like month where I thought he was going to get fired because he got like 4 complaints from 4 different women who were like, he is sleeping with women in the office. And they're like, well, who? And they're like, well, me. And they're well,
yeah. I was like, wait, who's doing the complaining? The ones he's sleeping with?
Yeah, they're not smart. They're dumb. They're incredibly fucking dumb. That's why they're banging my brother.
What did they get out of this by reporting him?
So,
when, like they're guilty. You know, the self-report. What did they get out of the self-report?
Have you seen Dragon Ball Z?
No.
Okay.
I've seen a little, like enough to know about it, but not like specific plot events.
Are you familiar?
Mr. Popo.
Yeah. Are you familiar when Majin Buu is
that's the ugly purple dude or pink dude. Dude.
He's about to kill Goten and Trunks, and Vegeta shows up, and then he like he tells Piccolo to take Goten and Trunks away, and then he powers up and he blows himself up and Majin Buu. So these women are sort of pulling a Vegeta, and that they're destroying themselves in the hopes that they will also defeat Majin Buu. Now, much like Dragon Ball Z, these women just die, and Majin Buu, my brother, continues existing and being fine. But the reason they're self-reporting is because, you know, if I can't be happy, then nobody can, and I will scorched earth anything. Those are the kinds of women that myself and my brother, for some reason, keep trying to date. So,
see no issue with that.
Yeah, there's no way
that's
that
a reasonable response.
Somebody's got to date them. You're just, you know, you're doing the dirty jobs basically. For the rest of us.
Like my home has like several holes in the wall, and you might think to yourself like, geez, Cody's got some anger issues. There's holes in these walls. And I'm like, well, that's none of the occupants of this home are the ones creating these holes. I've never seen so many grown women whose solution to being upset is to throw their fucking phone like it's a Semtex at the wall as hard as they can. And then just boom, hit these fucking walls trying to hit my brother. And like, it's unfortunately like, you know, they're women and my brother is essentially like Goku in that like, they're never going to land the hit, and they're just going to fucking full force contact the wall. And thankfully, they haven't hit a stud yet because their fucking hands are going to explode. But, you know, eventually
how many holes in the wall are there? In your
I've patched many. There's actively right now, probably 0 because it's been a while since he's brought a psycho over.
Okay, let me rephrase. How many have there been?
Oh, 30, 40, 50. Like an ungodly
50?
amount. Yeah.
How?
Well, so they're not putting one hole in the wall at a time. First, it's like one woman.
Okay, what's the average holes in the wall per woman here?
Probably like 4. Probably 4 or 5.
That's not a bad ratio when you think about it.
Yeah. And for mind you, they're not like it's not like they're putting like 5 different occasions where holes are getting put in the wall. It's like there's 2 to 3 holes per wall per occasion, and they get mad twice before my brother is like, "We've got too many unsecured firearms. You can't come over anymore." And then they'll call him, and I hear them on speakerphone screaming at him, "I'm gonna drive to your fucking house with my gun, and I'm gonna fucking shoot you." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't want that to happen because I live here, and they might try and kill me too." So there have been many sleepless nights for me where I'm just like, I hear the front door slam, and I'm like, my brother's asleep upstairs, and this woman has now entered our house. Well, I guess we're putting the glasses on, and we're gonna go crouch by the door with the fucking handgun out and like just wait, because then you start hearing like the running upstairs and the screaming, and then she like eventually gets calmed down and leaves. And it's incredibly impressive that this isn't one woman. This is several women exhibiting the same behaviors. And my brother being like, "I don't know, it can't be my fault." And I'm like, well, it's at a certain point.
What's also incredibly impressive is that you still don't lock your door after not just all the random people just walking into your house, but also the crazy women who you were afraid might kill you, and you still don't do it.
So
the neighborhood children that just walk in.
Right.
Yeah. So that happened last night, and that one almost went badly. It was the children. So my neighbor calls me.
The children?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They almost got their shit rocked. So I answer my phone. Okay. It's my neighbor. He's like, "You got any soap?" And I'm like, Who opens a conversation like this?
He didn't even say hi. How you doing?
Hello.
Just, you got soap?
She got soap, and I'm like, yeah. I said, yes, I do. And he goes, "All right, I'm sending Nathan over." And it's like, all right, I guess we're giving out some soap today. And my brother, so there's 2 entrances to my room, and I always keep one of them closed, but one of them is like sort of like a back entrance where it's like you would enter from the back, and then you open the door to the kitchen. And my brother doesn't close that door to the kitchen very often, which is bad because then it gives my dog free reign of the house, and which is normally fine. But like we have open door policy, and like NPCs are constantly roaming in my house, and Posey is wildly protective. So I hear like, "All right, send Nathan over." I hang up. I hear the front door open, and Posey I just hear her like a low growl, and I watch her bolt, and I'm like, "Oh no, like these kids are dead." And then I hear Posey barking. I hear children screaming and like running and stomping upstairs. I'm like, God damn it. So I go run upstairs, and Posey has these 2 kids like trapped in a corner barking at them. And they're just like, they know my dog. And they're just like, "Please, Posey, we just need soap, please." Like trying to reason with the dog as if Posey understands what's happening. She's just like holding these children hostage, and I get upstairs, and she's like, "Yeah, I caught 2 of them. I don't know what they were up to, boss." I'm just like, "Get downstairs right now." And Posey's like, "Oh fuck, I guess my bad, dog." And Posey is like incredibly protective, but also like will follow an order without hesitation.
Obedient, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I'm in no fear of these children dying, but they're in fear of being killed, and that's like a problem. So it's just like, go the fuck downstairs, and she's like, "Okay, I guess that's my bad." And then the kids take the soap and leave, and now they're traumatized that my poor vicious dog has tried to kill them. But just like hearing the sounds like right above me of the stomping, and then Posey's feet like skittering as she's like sliding around corners chasing these children was unbelievably hilarious as they're like screaming for their lives.
We need to start a fund to get you security cameras for your whole house. Just so it's live streaming that constantly.
So the problem, I walk around in my own house naked all the time, so we can't do that.
Even better.
I don't know why you started that with a problem.
A problem.
I've been thinking recently about like one of these days, someone who's not supposed to see me naked is going to enter my house.
I just thought that. I was like, wait, he just walks around naked, and also on the other hand, children just randomly come into his house at any time. This seems like a time bomb.
Well, it's suboptimal for sure, but like, normally what I do is I wake up in the morning, and like I'll go like put rice in the rice cooker or something, and that's like my timer for like getting ready, and it's like, okay, well, I fucking sleep naked, so I that's just, we don't have time to put on underwear. I'm not gonna put on underwear and then take off the underwear to shower like a fucking retard. No, I'm gonna walk upstairs, put my fucking rice in the rice cooker, go shower, brush my teeth, all this bullshit, and then fucking eat my rice. And I will not be defeated by, open windows or unlocked doors.
there's no universe where one, I would ever just be walking around a shared public house, fucking like the day I was born.
Yeah, you're a coward. That's what I'm hearing.
Especially in your situation where nothing is locked and, you know, it's just free reign. Just go for it.
So this is a question, Jit.
What's up?
What do you sleep in?
Nothing.
So you sleep naked?
Of course, naturally.
Okay, yeah. Then what the fuck are you talking about?
Now, there's a slight difference between cozied up in my bed in my bedroom with the door closed,
you
know, under my blankets tucked in.
Presumably, he has a dresser in the room that he can walk to get at least like underwear dressed before he leaves to roam the house.
That's fair.
Or robe.
No. The difference is like there's all that self-contained happiness, and then there's a giant ginger orangutan that's just like wandering around the house naked.
Okay, now to clarify, wandering around the house, it is like
making weird low growling noises.
Yeah, I speak running though. So, we should clarify. I should clarify. I'm not a multiple people. I should clarify.
What are they saying to you now?
Uh-oh. The distance from my bed to the rice cooker is like maybe 15 steps. It's like I'm walking a straight line upstairs, pouring the rice and water in, and walking back down. I'm not like I'm upstairs for like maybe 10 seconds with my dick out, and then we're showering and doing our stuff. Like, I'm not like doing cartwheels in my fucking living room.
You gave us no information.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's fair. So you let our imagination fill in the blanks.
That's fair.
Usually pretty dangerous.
To Claire, I do try and limit the amount of time that I'm upstairs unclothed, but I'm not going to ever put the effort in to clothe myself for all of 10 seconds. So that's the decision that I've made, and I'll suffer any consequences.
And there will be consequences.
I fucking hope not. Yeah. Well, it's also like strange animals will often be here, like just constantly. Like people like. So my brother, so my dog is like really good with other dogs. Like, she just will let you, but like other dogs can just bully my dog, and my dog will not react whatsoever. Like, your little dog will start biting the fuck out of Posey's head, and she'll just look at me like, "Boss, what do you want me to do, boss?" And it's like, "Oh, little fella." So my brother will like offer to like house sit, or not house sit, like pet sit for people. So like it's just a revolving door of dogs oftentimes, and I'm always scared that one day I'm gonna walk up there, try and put some rice cooker, and a dog's just gonna bite my fucking dick off. And,
it's gotta take that leap, and there's nothing.
Yeah, like we've gotten close a few times where like, walk upstairs as a big ass fucking like Labrador, and he just runs up so excited. And I'm like, uh-oh, like, please don't bite my dick off. Please don't bite my dick off. And, it's just happy to see me. And it's like, thank God. Because all it takes is that dog getting a little confused. It's early in the morning, and he's like, "Is it hot dog time, boss?" And, suddenly I'm dickless, screaming and bleeding out. And my dog can't operate a phone, so I'm going to call 911. Posey's a fucking moron. She's scared of a vacuum cleaner. Which, have you guys ever had dogs?
No, never had a dog once in my life.
Shit, I don't believe the tone in which you said that. I don't believe you.
Yes, I've had dogs.
Okay. Were your dogs also deathly afraid of the fucking vacuum cleaner?
One dog, yeah.
Yeah, how do I... Oh, sorry, go Dakota.
No, I was just going to say, my dog as a kid was quickly relegated to being an outside dog, so didn't have the opportunity to find out. But I feel like most of the dogs I've run into have been very deathly afraid of the vacuum cleaner, yes.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that, and it pisses me off. Like,
no,
I'm not sure that you do, because it's just like an extremely loud, blaring noise for an animal that has really good hearing. So it's just like, it's going to be really hard to like override it.
Because like, sorry.
Just get Posey to be bigger than the vacuum. That solves all the issues.
Yeah, we'll work on that. Because like, so I've had tons of dogs in my life. I've had like 9 or 10 dogs. Because my parents are psychos. I'm like, we will have 6 dogs at one time. That's a good idea.
And wolves. And
yeah. So it started off as my dad was anti-dog. He is like, we are never getting a dog. He like never grew up with them. He's like, dogs are fucking disgusting. I hate dogs. We're never gonna get dogs. And then one of our neighbors didn't want to have their dog anymore. And we used to live by a hill where like coyotes would come downstairs. So my neighbor would just leave the dog outside in the hopes that coyotes would eat it, because like some people are just fucking evil. So my mom like would sneak the dog inside at night. Then one day my dad finds the dog. He's pissed off as fuck. But also my dad is like a giant softie. Because my mom's like, okay, fine, we'll just put it outside and we'll get eaten by coyotes. And he's like, all right, fine, it'll stay in during the night, but it stays in the backyard during the day. And then, the dog started liking him. He's like, all right, well, the dog can come in the house, but it can't go on the couches, And then, the dog is like just sort of being cute one day. And he's like, okay, well, the dog can go on the couch, but only this dog, okay? And we're never getting another dog. Yeah. And then suddenly we've got 2 dogs, and we've got 3 dogs. Well, and then one of the dogs dies, so now we gotta get a new dog. Well, there was a second dog that was also cute, so we'll get 2 new dogs, I guess. And then now my dad has 7 dogs, and he loves all of them, and he's letting them lick his face and eat food out of his fucking hands.
Your dad is literally the meme of we will not have a dog, and then it's somehow pushed into contact with the dog, and he's like, oh, the cute little guy.
Yeah, my dad fucking loves dogs now. I think we have 6 or 7 dogs right now in my parents' house, and I don't think that he'll ever stop getting dogs. There's just so much room for activities for those dogs. So it's
He does have a very large house.
Yeah, so it's oh, well, I mean, I guess, these 4 dogs can be in that guest room, and then we got this room for the other 3 dogs, and that's 2 guest rooms still empty. So we got room for 9 more dogs. And it's please stop. It was,
He's got to fill every room with them. That's it.
My parents have a fucking dog problem. Anyway, so all those dogs could not give a fuck about the vacuum cleaner. But
wait, really?
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
I wonder if it's like that. I don't remember what the experiment is called, but they did something with a monkey, and then trained that monkey to do something, and then they put more monkeys in the cage, and they didn't have to train the other monkeys because they just copied the first monkey. So I'm wondering, is that that what happened with your dogs?
More than
you got a weirdo for the first one who was whatever about the vacuum cleaner, and all the following ones were just oh, it's just not scary, I guess.
Yeah, so every dog, except for the first dog, we got as puppies. So our very first dog, it's cool to think back on it. It's there's dog prime, Nana, and she instilled personality traits into all the dogs that generations later are still instilled in them. And it's interesting to see this temperament has maintained from the head dog throughout every other dog that we've invited, because one dog had this character trait and brought it to it. So boy dogs, we only had one. We had 2 boy dogs in our whole time. So my mom hates boy dogs because they piss all over themselves because they're fucking stupid. Well, we got them as puppies, so they just pee like girl dogs, and my mom loves them. It's great, they don't fucking piss on themselves. I love it. And it's oh yeah, you just teach them to do whatever the fuck you want. But I've been trying to get Posey to so I looked it up, and they're oh, we'll just have the dog be around the vacuum cleaner when it's not on. And Posey is will be near the vacuum cleaner, but she just has this Thousand Island stare. She fucking looks at the dog, the fucking
Thousand Island stare.
Yeah, it's a reference.
1,000 yards.
No, it's a reference to there's this really fat guy who he's telling a story, and then he accidentally says Thousand Island stare, and just everyone lays into this poor guy for it. And now I can't not say Thousand Island stare because it's so funny to me.
That is funny.
But so yeah, just Posey has this look whenever the vacuum's in the room, sort of oh, I'm fine, it's fine. And then if I turn it on, she tries to run away. But also, if I tell her to come here, she's so obedient that she will fight her natural urge to run away, and she'll just approach,
have her head down and tail between your legs,
she'll
coming
to you,
you,
shaking violently as she approaches the vacuum and looks at me. It's okay, you can go. I don't want you near the vacuum. You're fucking a POW, the guy who blinked SOS when he was talking to the fucking news. But she'll stand near the vacuum. She won't like it. And I wish I could teach her, Please. All it does is it sucks up the hair that you shed, you dumb motherfucker. And,
use the vacuum on Posey. Maybe that'll just fix everything.
I tried that. She really doesn't like that. You know how it has the suction attachment?
Yeah.
So I had it out, and she's sniffing it a little bit, and then she puts her nose towards the suction part, and it sort of grips under her face, and she freaks the fuck out. And then she comes back, and she's sniffing around again. And then I touched onto her leg, and you would think a snake bit her. She's just jumps in the fucking air and is bolting away. It's
okay. A cat when they see a pickle or a cucumber or whatever, the jump and then.
Yes, literally that. So I've learned that maybe we don't try and acclimate Posey to the vacuum cleaner. It's too late.
Old dog, new trick.
Loved it.
I actually have no idea how old Posey is. I couldn't tell you. I know how long I've had her. In 2015 is when I got her, or probably 2016, 2017. So she's like at least like 6. But fuck if I know how old she actually is, because apparently she was like a Missouri dog, and apparently in Missouri, like if the puppies have like if there's too many puppies born, you just put one in a sack and throw it in the fucking river. And it's like, well, we solved that problem. So she was supposed to be a sack puppy, and they like broke her fucking leg as a child, so she's got like a fucked up hip, and when it gets cold, she like bothers her. But then someone else took her. That was my brother's ex-girlfriend. Then she moved in with my brother, who lived at my parents' house with me at the time. And I did nothing to gain Posey's loyalty other than not scream at her like her previous owner. It took all of 3 weeks of like just petting her and being nice to her to that she just completely abandoned her old owner. Like, bye. Like, that's
really sad, honestly.
I'll never see you again. And yeah, so she's like slept in my room ever since. Like literally within like 3 weeks of meeting her. And it's like literally all that I did was I would pet her, teach her tricks, and give her a treat if she accomplished the trick. And just been inseparable since. And she is ride or die. Like, if anyone who isn't me approaches me, or obviously I can't approach myself, and who enters the house who isn't me, she barks uncontrollably until I show up. And it's like, even my brother, who she's known for years, if he fucking comes downstairs at night and I'm asleep, like, Posey fucking freaks out. Posey is also like, she lives in a constant state of like Vietnam syndrome. Like, she's like, for her right now, it's Vietnam. She's like in the shit, dude. Like, so when I sleep, that's when Posey's awake, and she just like stays on patrol outside my room. And then when I wake up, she can sleep. And it's like, or we could just both sleep at the same time. You know, that's an option.
Yeah, but what if, someone comes in to kill you? Then Posey will have failed her job, her life goal.
Yeah, it would be very fucking difficult to kill me in my sleep, only because Posey will not go to sleep if I'm asleep. She is like on maximum alert when it's bedtime, and she just lays at the foot of my bed and just stares through the door for like 8 hours, and it's like, you're a psycho. This is what a psycho does.
So this is why you're actually not really that scared about these insane women coming in to your house with guns, because Posey will keep them at bay.
A live alarm.
Or at least alert you.
Yeah, no, like, if anyone enters the kitchen, Posey like immediately starts letting out like a low growl if I'm asleep until I'm awake. And then she's like, boss, there's somebody upstairs. And it's like, yeah, it's Cody. He does that every morning. She's like, I don't trust it. Could be a criminal. And it's like, it's not. It's the same person that's up there every single fucking day. And then I go to sleep. But yeah, that's why like half the podcast, she'll just be asleep here, because it's like, well, yeah, she has to save up energy for her fucking nighttime shift when she gets fucking sent on patrol.
She's got to clock in.
Exactly.
All I've taken from this is, to get the strongest possible bond with your dog, you first break its leg while wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Attempt to throw it in a river.
Yep.
Rescue it, yell at it for a bit, and then take the mask off.
Yeah.
And then just pet it.
Yeah, that's the solution. That's exactly, yeah.
Sick.
It is weird. Like, Posey is such a well-trained dog. Best dog ever. Like, I wish there were like larger areas around. There probably are. I should just gotta look for them. There are like a few dog parks I can take her to, where like there's like 5 people that live here, so there's just a 99% chance that no one's using the dog park. Where there's just like large open areas where I can walk her around and like play with her without a leash, because it's like, I don't like keeping her off leash in the neighborhood, because people like to walk their dogs, and I just do not trust people's dogs to not fuck up my dog. And like, all it takes is one person not being able to control either of our dogs. Like, if for whatever reason Posey like breaks her conditioning, and then bad shit can happen. 2, there are fucking roads. I don't want my dog my dog doesn't understand that a car is gonna fucking obliterate her. So it's very annoying. I need to like scout out really good like open fields to fuck around with my dog with. But then I'm scared of like, I don't know if bears are in Minnesota or not. They're in California, so it's like, I assume everywhere has bears, but I don't actually know. Or like mountain lions and shit.
We used to have that issue when we take our last dog out, Dexter. There's like just nowhere to walk him that wasn't surrounded by people.
Yeah.
So we'd like go early in the morning to the beach where there'd be like absolutely no one. Because like if you go there at like 6 a.m., it's just fucking empty.
Yeah.
Except for one time we took him and there was like a 4-year-old kid just on the beach.
Yeah, and he gave your dog the fucking those evil eyes and your dog fucked him up.
Saw the dog and just bolted towards him like, oh, look, a puppy. I'm gonna go play with the puppy.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, this dog's gonna eat you.
Yeah.
Because Dexter is like, he's about a little bit smaller than me.
Yeah. Okay. He's a big fella. Yeah.
Yeah. He was pushing 230 at his biggest.
Yeah.
So like, you should not let your kid run up to any dog.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like, I fucking love dogs. Okay. But even I know that, like, yeah, if I'm gonna like approach the dog and like read his body language and see how the owner reacts to me approaching it. Because you know, if it's a dog that's gonna eat me, usually the owner is like, "Oh fuck, like I gotta get my dog right now," because he doesn't know. Yeah. But yeah, and like in the perfect world, like if I like had lived here for longer and I knew that no one drove through here or like no one ever walked their dogs, like I would for sure let my dog off leash. But it's just way too much risk. Just always keep your dog on a leash.
Not worth it.
Yeah, it's just a smart thing to do.
Yep.
It's what, like, if you have a well-behaved dog, it's like, it's a little naive. Some people are like, oh, it's fine, you know, like he's well-behaved, but you have to think about like other people's dogs. Because like, even if your dog, let's say like your dog never does anything wrong, even when he's off leash and it's perfect, like he might go up to someone else's dog who isn't well-behaved and something bad will happen, even though like you on your side, your dog have done nothing wrong. It's just safer, just smarter.
I always think of Posy's leash as like a ripcord of like, yeah, if shit, I can just literally yank Posy up and she's now just safe in my arms. That's like, why would I ever not have her on a fucking leash? But it's also unbelievably fucking fun to have like a giant open field and play with your dog without a leash. But they're very hard to find.
Yeah.
Other people who are also there. But yeah, Posy also loves fetch. She's the only dog I've ever had that like came pre-programmed with fetch. Because like some dogs just don't have like fetch.exe like in their fucking like ini files or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of dogs have it halfway downloaded. Like they'll go get it, they'll come up and stop 5 feet from you, and you're like, okay, give it back, and then they want to play keep away, and it's like, no, that's not the game I want to play here.
Well, it's like that fucking meme of the dog where it's like no take, only throw.
Yes, precisely that.
Yeah, I didn't even know Posy was a fetch dog until one day we were just like up in the hills by my house and I had like this like plastic tomahawk and I just fucking threw it because I wanted to see like, you know, well, does it actually fly well? And then Posy was just like, we are chasing this tomahawk now. And it's like, oh, I threw that shit far as fuck. Good luck. And she came back with a tomahawk and I was like, oh, fuck, you play fetch. This is sick. I fucking love fetch. And then all the dog toys I brought up here got destroyed by various dogs that were being sat here. Because some dogs are just monsters. They're just like, no, I'm destroying the toy. Like that's how I play.
You gotta have like a Posy only stash. Like if they go near it, it's like, no, that's Posy's toy. Have this one instead from the generic stash.
Yeah. So the problem is that like my brother also lives here, right? And he's like, oh, I'll play with the dog. Let's grab this like toy football. And then it's like, well, it's gone now. It's been devoured. And then Posy like nothing hurts more than seeing the like a look of pain in your dog's face when she like walks up to the toy and she's like, boss, why don't it don't work no more? It's broken. And it's like, I'm sorry, little guy. And then someone randomly mailed me like a tennis ball, which is cool. So I've been throwing that around with Posy at like 2 in the morning because there's like an alleyway. So like I'll just send that shit. She goes and grabs it. But I'm also scared of like a raccoon fucking up my dog in the middle of the night. Or a big ass deer.
Raccoons they're easy. They're fine.
No, so to clarify, I would fuck up a raccoon. All right? The problem is...
I'd hope you'd be able to. Because like, it's not an achievement.
You were quite larger than a raccoon.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
that's okay.
6'3", little foot-long creature.
I could fuck up 3 or 4 raccoons. How about that?
How many raccoons do you think you could take in a fight?
Realistically, I think 3 and 4, or we start to hit the like tipping point of like, you know, we go from 6 out of 10 to, you know, 5 out of 10. You know, once that 5th raccoon is added, half those fights the raccoons are winning.
They can be little vicious fuckers with their little claws.
They're fast too. Like, and this is assuming they will actually want to fight you. Like 9 times out of 10, a wild animal is like,
you're assuming aggression here.
Yeah, because like realistically, they'll just attack you and fuck off.
How much does that number change if they're not all at the same time, but it's like a wave?
Oh,
like, yeah, you're in the Coliseum, dude. Okay. You get wave 1.
Now, do I know that I'm in a Coliseum, and then is it just bare hands, or do I get like a fucking machete or something?
Oh, it's bare hands. It's man versus
machete. Mano e raccuno.
Yeah. But I'm aware that it's like a gladiatorial arena, correct? Like I know that I have to like save my stamina,
you're not
right?
Blindfolded.
Okay. Well, I'm saying like I'm
you're
not just
in an
like
arena.
Well, because I'm going to.
You're not just out in the woods, and it's not like one raccoon just happens to attack you like one after another after one dies.
Okay,
like this is a setup event. You know what's going on.
Yeah,
you are in the Coliseum in Rome.
Yeah, because those two scenarios end very differently. Where I know that I have to fight as many raccoons as possible, I'm saving stamina. I'm grabbing the tails and I'm just whacking their fucking head into the ground and killing like 15 in a fucking row. If I'm in the wild, you know, I'm just gonna exert as much force as possible, as quickly as possible to kill the fucker without any regard for my stamina, you know. But when I'm in the fucking Coliseum, you know, we're taking deep breaths, we're focusing. I probably kill 30 raccoons before I'm done in the Coliseum.
30. How long do you think it takes to kill a raccoon?
Probably
what
about.
are you giving yourself?
Probably 30 to 40 seconds per raccoon.
So let's say 1 minute.
As soon as I get my hands on, I should say. There's probably like, you know, various times of like, how quick they, you know.
Yeah.
Well, in this scenario, they're also coming at me. If I had to chase the raccoons, and I'd probably like 10 before I'm fucking tuckered out.
So you're saying about 30 minutes is how long you're lasting in the arena. That's how much entertainment you can provide.
Probably, but yeah, I feel like I'm gassed probably quicker than that.
Are there any stores in Lake Elsinore that sell raccoons?
Okay,
how can we set this up?
I'd be pretty down for that, actually. Like, so obviously, if we could like create a world where I don't actually have to kill an innocent animal.
I was gonna say, you're just down with murdering.
Yeah, well, so I'm down with the concept of fighting for your guys' entertainment, but I'm against the idea of wantlessly murdering poor little raccoons that didn't deserve, you know, to be bludgeoned to death. You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
Bad raccoons.
Yeah, so if you could like, if you had like a rap sheet.
Hitler raccoons, Stalin raccoon.
Yeah, if each raccoon had like a little Nazi armband, then I would probably feel less bad. As long as you could prove to me,
into their back.
Yeah, that they purposefully put on that, like they were given a choice between like the trans flag armband and like the fucking Hitler armband, and like each raccoon picked the Hitler armband. Then I'll just fuck them up, dude.
Enthusiastically too.
Yeah. They like you know threw the other band away. They're like fuck this shit, and they. Yeah, then I would just fucking destroy those raccoons. But, you know, generally I'm against.
Raid the closet of somebody and blast, get those armbands.
Yeah, probably several of them if I had to guess.
Yeah.
You could probably collect all 30 of them.
Yeah,
just from one raid.
Yeah, from one little fella. I don't know. Have you guys ever like killed an animal in real life?
Dakota, how many?
I mean, I'm sure I have, but. I have to remember specific incidents.
I've killed many animals, either through hunting or like they're fucking with my dogs, and I feel bad every time. I don't have it in me to kill animals. I'm not a killer. It's tough. Like,
I've ever killed an animal,
dude. I feel bad when I kill like an ant. That
doesn't count.
Yeah, I won't even kill spiders if they're near me because I'm like, hey, you're killing all the bugs. You're like the good guy in my house, unless they're like literally in a spot like by my foot or something where it's like, all right. Buddy, you can't exist there because you're gonna like walk up and bite me or something. But like other than that, I'm like I'm gonna leave well enough alone.
I will add the caveat that if a bug is being aggressive towards me or like just being too close to me, like you gotta die. Sorry, buddy. But if like I've never been the kind of guy that's like oh beetle and I just step on the fucking beetle as I'm walking.
Oh yeah, people who do that, that gives me a little like I look at them with a little bit of suspicion. I'm like. Something's like not right with you if you just like kill bugs on site. Like, come on.
I've this like memory of like being in fucking like elementary school, and this one kid would just walk around and he would just find every snail that he could, and he would step on the snail. And I hated him. I don't like snails that much, but it really bothered me. Like you're just genociding snails. Like what? There's like you gain nothing from this, and all you've done is end the existence of a poor little goober that wanted to, like, I don't know what snails do, if I'm being honest. Sort of make things sticky is most of what they do, I feel like. Are snails important?
I don't know. I actually don't. I thought about it. I was like, I don't know what snails do.
Like,
I feel like snails have to be somewhat important. I don't know to what degree, but I'm gonna take that stance.
So I used to naively think that every creature had like an importance in the ecosystem, and like if you wiped them out, like there would be like a negative reaction. Because they always teach you that in school, like, oh, like, you know, if you killed all the, you know, birds, then there'd be like a million spiders everywhere, right? But then, like, you find out, like, yeah, if you just killed every wasp, like, nothing would change. Just the
mosquitoes are another.
Yeah.
All they do is just carry diseases around.
Yeah.
And be annoying.
So, like, yeah, if you vaporized every single fucking wasp, like, all that happens is the sun is a little brighter every day. Colors are a little more vibrant now.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little bit happier.
Yeah, like that's the only thing that changes as far as I'm aware. But like, you know, a snail, like you might step on a snail and then suddenly like trucks can't drive anymore or something.
A core component of wheels and tires is actually snail shell. I'll have you know.
Exactly. Yeah, so like I used to think that slugs were just homeless snails. Not the case at all. Completely different creatures. And I felt a bit silly when I found that out, because yeah, I feel like all you had to do is look at a snail and a slug, and then you realize pretty quickly, oh, they're just different shapes. They're like, one's a thin little goober, and one's, you know, got the house on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's got a little RV.
Yeah. Turns out I was just a stupid kid. Or like, did you guys ever chase butterflies as a kid? Was that like a... No.
I don't think I had enough butterflies that I could have chased them.
It might be a SoCal thing where there's just like hundreds of butterflies. Like,
yeah, probably.
We were told to leave the butterflies alone because they're the most important creature in the area, and we said, okay, they're the gods.
Yeah, the only one I would really see is like monarch butterflies, and those are like endangered and stuff, so that it'd be the same thing. It'd be like, hey, leave those alone.
Yeah.
Like, I live on the migratory path of like monarchs, so it was like,
yeah,
you don't touch those.
Just hundreds of butterflies in Southern California when I was growing up. And like we wouldn't like kill them. We would just chase them, and you would catch it and look at it and then let it go.
Scare them a little bit.
Yeah. Dude, I would spend hours chasing butterflies. You know, I understand like the joy of heroin, because like they was talking about chasing the dragon, and I'm like, yeah, you chase the butterfly. That was awesome. It was so fun. I understand it. Like that's what I assume they mean. Yeah, I remember just having a group of like 10 kids, and we would like the same butterfly. Like butterflies live for like way longer than you'd think, and then like they just live in the same fucking area, and we would all have like our butterfly, and we would chase that fucking butterfly for, you know, a week or two, and then they would do whatever a butterfly does, which I also don't know what butterflies do. I think
reverse cocoon.
They suck on the flower. So like I know bees are cool because they like come, they like get the flower come everywhere. That's what they do.
Yeah.
The fuck does a butterfly do? It's like it slurps the juice out of the flower, but is that bad for the flower? I don't know. And
I mean, somebody's got to slurp the juice, right?
I don't know.
The flower's just got all this juice that it has nothing to do with.
This is a genuine question. Does somebody have to slurp the juice? Like, I don't fucking know. I hope that somebody is smart enough to one day tell me what the fuck a butterfly does.
This feels like something I would have like known the answer to when I was 8, but then I was never taught it again, so I don't remember, because that was almost 20 years ago.
The same thing as bees, just less efficiently.
Yeah. Oh, is that what they did? You looked it up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's good. Like I know, like ladybugs are just like super pro-slavery, and that's like all that I know about them. Is they just
they enslave?
It's fucking the aphids, dude. Oh wait, no, that's ants. Ants have the aphids, right? Because ladybugs eat. Don't ladybugs eat aphids, or do they enslave the aphids?
Yeah, I think ladybugs eat aphids.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, ants are pro-slavery. Aphids are just not aphids. Ladybugs are just racist, I think. Then.
Yeah, they're really important for greenhouses. It's great.
Yeah,
ladybugs have races?
Yeah.
No, they're anti-aphid, and in this allegory, the aphids are black people in the slavery allegory. So in this scenario, there's a separate faction that's just killing slaves, and therefore they're racist. So ladybugs, bad people, not good.
Ladybug's good.
I actually don't know. I think they're bad.
No, they're great.
They're good. What do they do?
They eat aphids.
Are aphids bad? Oh, aphids fuck up plants. Yeah.
No, yeah, the aphids are the bad ones.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's all coming back to
like
me.
The worst.
Yeah. I'm remembering now my like 3rd grade fucking science class. I remember you remember how you used to be able to buy the like butterfly thingies, like butterfly kits?
What?
Wait, okay. Explain what a butterfly kit is, and then I can say yes or no whether that sounds familiar.
On the commercial, it'd be like, "Oh, buy the fucking little worms," and you buy a bunch of caterpillars, you feed them, they make cocoons, and they hatch into butterflies, and you release them. They were kits, so
yeah, this does sound familiar. I don't know if I had one, but I definitely remember this. Yeah,
I really wanted one. My cousins got one, so we showed up to watch because my cousin's phone was time to release the butterflies. Man, we showed up. They released the butterflies. 1 second after those butterflies cleared our fucking grip, like 50 pigeons just ate all the butterflies.
It's like that video. She like releases the little like mouse she caught or whatever, and an eagle just.
Yep. Yeah. I remember my cousin sobbing, just weeping as it was like the Holocaust of butterflies. I don't think a single one made it, man. It fucking taught me a lot about like
where did you release them? The
front yard. The front yard.
Do you guys just have a ton of pigeons around, or like?
So in fairness, where my cousin lived, like she was basically the end of a street, and then that street was like the mountains, like.
Okay.
Literally just.
Pigeons, like mountainous creatures?
Yeah, I'm trying to like.
It might not have been pigeons. It was as a kid. I thought they were pigeons. They're probably like crows and hawks and ravens.
No, you'd know the difference between a crow, hawk, and a raven.
As a fucking like, 5-year-old.
I thought it was this white bird, but here's these like 3 birds that are like all black.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's a bird with a wingspan of like 2 meters.
Yeah, a bird. Okay, some bird. There were like fucking 30 birds.
If you said a dove, I would be like, no, that's reasonable. You know, you can make that mistake.
It was a smorgasbord of birds.
Yeah, I want to clarify that this is an event that happened 20 fucking years ago that I was barely cognitive enough to recall. Okay, I'm sorry, I fucked up what type of bird it was, man.
You didn't even fuck up a little bit. There were some big fuck ups.
Yeah, you're really ruining my mental picture I'm trying to build here, bro.
Have you guys ever eaten a wild bird?
There was like apartment buildings everywhere with the pigeons raining down.
No.
Now it's a hawk in the middle of the desert.
I don't think it was a hawk. Okay, I was just like listen to the first 3 birds that came to my fucking mind. It was crow, raven, and hawk. All right, these weren't exact estimates. I was too young to recall the animals, man.
You picked 3 birds that aren't even native to that area.
I'm
almost a single crow, raven, or hawk in California.
That is wrong. I feel like
that sounds like a very.
That's wrong. No, you're just wrong.
Hold up.
I will, because I'm almost sure. Yeah. Are there hawks?
Dakota, fact check me.
In California.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is Joe? What's his name? Little side person, and he always calls on his podcast. Like, all right, look that up.
California includes 3 species. There are 3 different species of hawks. You dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, there are 3 hawks total in California.
No,
and all of them killed the butterflies.
I hate you so much. Dude, as a kid, so when I say this out loud, it sounds retarded, and it was. As a kid, could not. If I just saw a large bird, I'd be like, "That's a hawk." And if it was an eagle, if it was
a pigeon,
fuck you. There was a vulture, you know, like I was just like, that's a hawk. And it's like one has like a wingspan of like, you know, fucking 15 feet, and the other one's like a hawk, and it's like a tiny little guy. And I was just always like, that's a hawk. And my mom would be like, that is a bald eagle. That is a wingspan of 15 feet. You are a fucking idiot. And I'd be like, oh, that's a hawk. Yeah,
hawk.
It's a hawk.
That's a big hawk.
Like the bald eagles are sick as fuck. I think they're like. I smell fire. Well, we're gonna add Van. Listen, yeah. Well, listen. We'll get back to calling me a retard in a sec. Well, I'm gonna add Van to the call, and we'll do podcast 2 with Van. But I'm gonna go check to see if there's a fire in my house. I'll be right back.